Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to the channel. We are the Mighty Guru Yogurt. Oh yes, we are. Well now, I've just finished work, and I'm now officially on holiday. Yes, I'm on holiday, I am. We're flying to Barcelona tomorrow morning. Well, we're driving to the airport tomorrow morning. We're flying to Barcelona tomorrow afternoon. But I stopped off because, well, reasons that are abundantly clear. There is a huge bank of cloud snaking its way across the ridge of the Old Man of Coniston. Absolutely fantastic. I could stand here for hours just drinking in the view. Yes. But I don't have hours. I've got to get home and pack my bags. So I've got a couple of things to discuss on the way home. We'll come to them. Soon enough. I still have a good deal of footage from my fabulous day out riding through the mountains on Wednesday last week. However, that may not be going up for a few days yet, and there are reasons for that. Here's one of them. I've already mentioned we're flying out to Barcelona tomorrow, and regular viewers will know that we are renting a Triumph Tiger 1200 Rally Pro, possibly for 2 days. I've said to the rental company in Barcelona that I would like to ride the Triumph Tiger on Tuesday, and then on Wednesday to swap for the KTM 1290 Super Adventure. But they haven't emailed me back yet, so I don't know if that's going to be happening. In any event, we will be riding a motorcycle for 2 days in Spain, and I haven't yet decided whether or not I'm taking the laptop with me. Now, if I'm taking the laptop with me, I can do some editing in the evenings while we're sitting in the apartment that we have booked. Just outside of Barcelona, by the way, in a place called Girona. Yes. When I get home, I'm going to be packing up my stuff. I always travel light, particularly on short holidays, and this is a short holiday, it's only 4 days away. And all I will be taking is motorcycling gear, with the exception of my helmet. We're going to rent a helmet from the motorcycle rental company. My usual bits and pieces: passport, telephone, wallet, the usual stuff. Apart from that, I'll be taking nothing but a pair of shorts and my trainers and a couple of vests. It's looking as though it's going to be about 25 to 30 degrees, but we are heading up into the mountains, so it might be a little bit colder than that, but I'll still be taking the bare minimum. We'll see how the packing looks when I get home. Now then, couple of articles for discussion. I watched a phenomenally good YouTube video last evening at around about 11:30 when I finished work. Yes, I closed down the hotel, the Murgatroyd had come over to stay, And the Benji Mouse, yes, regular viewers will know who he is. He's my eldest son, who has a very cavalier and promiscuous attitude to the motorcycles that he owns. Now, you might remember that last weekend, on Saturday in fact, I was riding on the Snake Pass in Derbyshire with the Benji Mouse on his Triumph Speed Triple 765 RS, a motorcycle that I thought had plenty enough power for him. And in his own video of that day, he spoke about not being certain how much longer he was going to be keeping that particular motorcycle. And I think I might have mentioned it in my film about that day as well. Anyway, I'm going to put a little link up here to the Benji Mouse's channel, and I will also put a link to the actual video that I'm talking about. I don't want to give out any spoilers. I'll just go so far as to say that the Triumph Speed Triple is no longer in the possession of the Benji Mouse. Well, no, actually I can't even say that without giving it away. So I'm just going to have a little bit of a spoiler. I do think that the way in which he told us all what he'd done was very, very creative, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. However, it provoked in me an enormous amount of mixed emotions. Yes, well, I always have mixed emotions when it comes to the Benji Mouse and his motorcycles. The Benji Mouse did say when I was riding with him last Saturday that he wanted something with more power. Yes. And so what has he done? He's gone and bought himself a GSX 1300 Hayabusa. A Hayabusa! WTF, Benji Mouse! You're 40 years old, child! Now you tell me that's not a midlife crisis. Honestly. Nobody, but nobody, unless they're riding on a track in a race, needs that much power. And I'm also quite terrified because, you know, this is my firstborn son, and he's riding around on an absolute fucking death monster machine. Yeah, I just don't get it. I do not get it. I mean, I'll tell you what, I am thinking, and I do think that when I go and ride this Triumph Tiger 1200 on Tuesday, I'm actually really going to enjoy the enormous amount of power that I know it's going to have, certainly compared to the magnificent beast here, which only makes 48 brake horsepower. Well, it's enough for me. But I am going to enjoy the speed, I am going to enjoy the power, I am going to enjoy the low end torque. But come on, Benji Mouse, a Hayabusa. Ooh, I don't know. I just don't know. Children, I can't recommend the having of children. You're only ever going to spend the rest of your life worrying about them and their choices. Yes. Well, it will be interesting to see how long he keeps this one. Now, it may well be that when I get back from Barcelona, having ridden bigger motorcycles than I have ridden for quite some time, I might be thinking I should get a bigger, more powerful bike. and maybe I will. But it certainly won't be a blinking Hayabusa. Ye gods and little fishes, what have I sired? Anyway, Benji Mouse, I hope you really enjoy it for as long as you're with it. And if you carry on making videos that entertaining, I'll open up another email address just so I can give you another subscriber. Keep up the good work. Anyway, that's about it for now. This may or may not be the last little film for a few days. As I've already pointed out, it depends on whether or not I take my laptop with me. But in any event, I'd like to thank you for watching this little film. I hope you've enjoyed it at least half as much as I've enjoyed making it. A very warm welcome as always to our new subscribers. We're on 267 now. And we will see you in the next little film. Bye bye for now. Oh, it's the Torva Strait. Oh, and one further admonishment, Benji Mouse. I'm not going to lecture anybody on how fast they should be riding motorcycles on public highways. But if you don't start blurring your speedo when you're going as fast as you did in that film, those state terrorists in blue will be coming round to your house and confiscating your shit. Bear that in mind. Yeah, I'm not smirking, I'm lay-by lurking.